yeah, essentially the spy master for the Queen of Verena talked to the pirate about having her help kill the heir to the Verenan throne. Um, dusted three of the guards. Uh, appeared by Karina, and she got kicked. Karina ended up killing Lena, but was damaged by a scimitar. And then, yeah,
I fucked that up.
Chad's Palanquin of the Dead actually came to demand that his brothers be let loose, the ones that you had captured and put in the remnant. Um, the king agreed to take them and place them in other places around the world. Like top of a mountain, I believe.
Mountains, part of the sea, and just whatever corner wasn't.
Okay. And another one of the Palanquin basically asked if the wielder had too much control. And so they arranged for a death. And then tell him what you did after the death.
In which Gunroll just straight up took three wounds at once.
Wow. So after the death, I arranged another death. So now the old head of the Darwinism and the Saint King are now martyrs. And I should just be passed over to some old priest or something. But who knows where I'm going to end up.
Total idiot by first.
I'm going to be picked up by a priestess. No, you old... Put me down.
No. Stop.
And what do you do for a living? I clean the sewers. Oh, God damn it.
No, that's not what I asked for. Well, considering that...
the Pentage is good at getting...
Whatever first takes you, you actually can exert control over them as long as they actually sort of take you. If someone tries to wield you and you decide, I want you, you are able to essentially kick them to the curb.
That's good.
So that is where things ended last time with the death of the king. Both of the wielders for that session were dead. And they asked, I think you asked the current wielder to essentially get you to someone there and then be taken out.
So what you're asking where guidance has to be left?
Well, I think at the end you had was you wanted to be given to the I think that's when you were actually given to the went to go kill the priestess. Like you wanted
to kill the further priestess. Then where would I like to be taken? I don't know where I'd like to be taken.
Well, there'll be a little bit of a time jump here. Yeah, so what we decide is for Tansy and Kirsten, who ends up with each of them. Basically, for the character you are controlling, is there another person's Vatcha that you have not yet wielded?
Oh, me? I have only ever wielded the one, so I only ever wielded the staff.
Okay. So, oh shoot, we can't actually do that then. Yeah, since there's three of you, and Theodore still has the Warden Helm, that actually means that you two will end up having the guidance will have to go to Kirsten, and then tied to Tansy.
Kill the guy the Warden Helm has. Kill the guy the Warden has.
No, what we could do at some point is actually do it where we shuffle them all, we pull all three of them up, and then it gets put around a little bit so you can actually have work with a different Vatcha than you've worked with directly before.
So I'm also playing Tansy.
Yep, so those are the two with full.
Storm Tamer. Arrogant. Is Tansy a male or female name?
I don't remember. I didn't go with either.
Tansy. Let's make them female.
Okay.
Do Storm Tamers have sky ships?
Sure. Actually, we need to take a look over what we kind of talked about for.
Sky pirates.
Actually, they can't, because if you had something that could easily get to the remnants, the fact that they're later someone's able to go on and control them is not that big a deal.
Okay.
So we got the floating sky islands. We'll say Sky Tamer might be someone who has or Storm Tamer that might have magic that deals with storms.
Was magic a thing outside of the Vatcha?
There's a bit, but most of it is. I think we talked about like great boons, often at greater cost. There are natural magical events.
Gods. Yeah.
And the like they originally were meant to.
Maybe the god of storms gifted the power to her or something. I don't know.
Yeah, because there
Or she
are.
could
I
commune
mean,
with the god of storms.
yeah, and then there are
Something like
wizards such that are fairly rare. One of the things I think we talked about in the Trello was, yeah, well, the Conquering of the Remnants actually dealt with a wizard. So you have some, like I think we talked about them being fairly rare.
Oh yeah, there are wizards. Yeah.
They're fairly rare, but they do exist.
How does that work in form of combat? Do wizards use combat?
Wizard.
You'll use the same. Actually, I think maybe. How do you guys feel about leaving the sort of common stuff to the Vatcha and letting the wizard stuff be a little more subtle?
Like witchy more than wizardy.
Yeah, because we had the witch that was killed.
I like that. I like instead of it just being like direct fireballs and stuff, it'd be like witch rituals, cauldrons, and all bollocks.
Yeah. It keeps the power of the Vatcha even more mysterious because no one can do.
Yeah, I was gonna say
on that level. Well, I mean, you still will do at that level, but they can't even do something that's much like it. Tansy, which area of the world would you be from?
where have we never visited it closely before? Is there a country on the Spire? Or on the island of...
Yes. It's called
Can I
Spire.
be from-
Spire is the name of... It's small.
I
But
like that.
here.
It's likely to be buffeted by storms.
And Mikey, where would you like yours to be from?
My destiny is to unite Kret and Whedon's probably one of those.
Okay. You can be from one of those, or you can be from elsewhere.
Either of them.
Whichever you like.
Has
Live on a
anybody?
mountain, decide, like, live across the ocean, decide those countries should really probably be together.
Yeah.
Can you just get
I'm
along?
from.
I like you two so much together.
I'll go with Whedon.
Okay. So right now we have ourselves spread out a little bit across the world. Ventai, tell me how you came to be with. Oh, if you make a note of which wielder your which Vatcha your wielder has on their name.
I have guidance, correct?
Yeah,
Oh.
you'll have to.
Yeah. And I'm wielding Ventai.
Yeah, next time we lose one, we'll actually take all three of them, shuffle them up. We'll draw the new one, shuffle them up so that we can get it so that they're working with someone you haven't worked as closely with. Or we just maybe move them all down one. So, Ventide, how did you come... Well, actually, let's do this. Tansy, tell us a bit about who Tansy is.
Tansy is
So-
arrogant. I should add another thing for that in a second.
Now, let me pull this up real quick. Oops, wrong thing. So, the God Spire, where did I put that under?
It's
History
it's
of
like
the
a
World?
big building with no doors, with loads of doors that don't open, right?
Oh, landmark is right up there. Yeah, a possibly tall tower that rises directly out of the rocks. There's a lighthouse at the top as well as a series of rooms where the doors are impossible to open. It's called the God Tower. I almost like the idea, that's up to you, that maybe Spire is, because it's kind of out in the middle of nowhere. It's kind of small. Maybe a highly religious place.
Mm. I like that it's heavily religious. Plus, because it's small, I imagine it is attacked by the weather quite a lot.
Mhm.
Which is why being able to commune with the gods and like stop the storms, please, we're dying. I think she'd be quite revered, which is why she's a bit arrogant. Because I get to talk with gods, la la la.
Mm-hmm. And I'm assuming there's probably not many Storm Tamers.
Yeah, I think there's only a few.
Oh, well.
However many the god of storms wishes to talk to.
Okay, so you've been here on name generator. That's always useful. This one more than most. Ventide, how did you come to be in the hands of the Storm Tamer from Spire?
I'm guessing like years, like time has passed between the fact that both of our asses are dead.
Yeah, we'll say that probably about 10 years has passed.
Essentially, I would imagine that coins have an odd way of traveling. If, like I said, the currency wants to be more and more, together. If they're in a shipport town like this, these coins are eventually going to find ways into people's hands and eventually be spent in travel.
Mm-hmm.
And if I imagine, eventually just trade would take them overseas towards Spire. The real question is how many of the coins manage to stay together.
Well, because if someone picks you up, you can kind of offer to be the wielder. If they take it, which a lot of people probably would, you can actually make sure that you stay together because you're in the same coin purse.
Yeah.
So we'll say, unless something happens to a character that very specifically goes on that would get you split up, we'll just assume that the coins remain together.
Okay.
Because it would kind of suck to have this thing where just suddenly, in between, like a time jump, they're all gone.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I just imagine like the course of trade and the desire to be out, the desire to move from one capital to another would pull towards another city where a coin may be, following basically what he can smell or the scent of another one.
Okay, so still searching.
Yes, soul searching.
Okay, then you just ended up with this sort of revered Storm Tamer on Spire?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Tell
Storms,
us about...
the seas, it's a good match.
So, Mikey, tell us about the priestess Kirsten Sutton.
Kirsten Sutton is an obsessive Machiavellian priest of the old order, pre-Darwinism, and absolutely abhors Darwinism for upsetting the natural order. And thus,
Damn.
it's her destiny to unite Kret and Whedon,
Mm-hmm.
and she is going to do it to create, to promote, of course, the old gods, but but being Machiavellian, she has a larger design of undoing Darwinism altogether and proving it for the man-made hoax that it is.
Oh, we're going to get along famously.
Darwinism is a lie.
Darwinism is a lie perpetuated by a Vatcha-wielding fraud.
Has Darwinism spread in the 10 years?
Yes, because there's the two different strands of Darwinism. You've got from Sarah Mandra. I was telling someone earlier. I originally had started creating a new map, like at least for the countries and showing them split up, and I screwed something up with how I was doing it. And I'm like, fuck it, I'll do another time. Then I realized we shouldn't jump too far ahead because of some of the stuff that's been put down into the microscope. So probably next session, the session after, the countries will be a little bit more scrambled. Chunks will be taken out of some will added to it, there'll be new ones, and some of this war and other stuff that happens. Is there a particular god or goddess that she is a priestess of, or is it like a pantheon?
Who was screwed over most by Dara? I can't remember.
Fate.
Fate.
Fate. So she's her fate, her destiny is to unite Kret and Whedon, and she is a fatalist.
Okay, and ba 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 da, you bastard. Fetra. Okay, so yeah, Fetra has actually been gathering up followers and sort of this anti-Vatcha message. So the interesting thing here is, you know that she is against the Vatcha because of what they have done.
All right now.
Not yet.
Immediately.
Well, sort of Machiavellian, so I mean, she would see the end justifying the means.
Okay.
Okay, and
I think she would.
Guidance. How did you come to? Actually, it was hilarious. Guidance, one of the major symbols of Taranism.
Yeah. You just see like a giant tapestry with like Dara holding a stick in the helmet. It's like, is that you? No.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's one of the things to do. Is basically you had a tapestry put in where King Goneril's symbol was placed enough times to sort of become things also became associated with Daranism. So that means at some point we got to get the coin in there too. So Guidance, how did you come to be in the possession of a priestess of the Church of Fetra who is becoming rapidly anti-Vatcha?
I think I was quite happy and comfortable with how Darwinism was growing, and it didn't really need my influence at the moment. And hearing that there was a growing hate of Vatcha and Darwinism, I've decided to go and see what is going on and potentially deal with it myself. I basically put myself behind enemy lines here.
No, I gotta go. One of us has to find out. It's gonna be me. All right. And in the meantime, Theodore,
Aye.
you have had the note here real quick, so easier to remember. How does Theodore feel about this cult or religion that's starting to spring up over the children you brought back to life? And Dara's hand in that?
He really wishes that if they're going to do this whole religious thing, that they just do Dara and leave him the hell out of it. Like, he's a guy. Dara's a god. Go talk to her.
Okay. And is Theodore taking any advantage of the fact that essentially he's got worshippers now? Because you were sort of was wandering witch hunter? Yeah.
Yep.
The witch hunter that would kind of wander and and make your money that way. Has this helped make your life any easier in any respect?
I wouldn't say that he's taking advantage of it. I imagine that people, are more likely to spare him a bed if he's on the road or something like that, or a bit more forthcoming with information if he shows them the helmet first. But I wouldn't imagine like he set himself.
Okay, fine. Okay, so
I don't imagine like he set himself up a palace or anything. He's still at his purpose.
Okay. So yeah, you kind of continued with the witch hunting. I don't know what powers you were actually given. Yeah, with locate person, that's hugely useful. It's made it much easier. And then bring everything in sight back to life. Okay. So let's start in Wedden is where you're from? Sweden? Okay. Let us start in Sweden.
All right.
How long have you been with Kirsten?
I don't know. How long have we been together?
About 10 years since the last session.
Let's make it not too long. No powers. I don't know. Do we want it to be super fresh, like a week?
Well, if she doesn't have a reason to keep you, you would be locked away or destroyed or whatever.
Actually, why don't we go with you've just sort of arrived in her possession?
Sure.
Okay.
What do you do with heretics of Dara that are captured in Wedden?
Oh, we torture them for information, bleed them dry, and then slowly wait until there's always a use for a body somewhere, so we put them to work because we got to pay the bills until there's a use for their dead body. In which case, we kill them expeditiously and then place the body where we need it.
Okay. Eugene Menard, you've been torturing for some time before he finally completely broke. And it came when his young daughter of about 12 was brought before him. Himself, his own form, has lost several fingers, been hurt very badly. The implicit threat being the same thing will happen to her. And at that, I have the artifact. I know where it's at. We hid it in a cave to the south of town.
I have his daughter, correct?
Yep.
Tell us exactly where this cave is.
Here. Okay, I'm gonna put in south of Sifra, about half mile. There's a farmer's field. In the middle of it, there's a lake. If you're looking across the lake, there's an island with a tree in the middle. If you look towards the forest and follow it in a straight line, you'll find yourself in a cavern, and it's hidden back there with some other supplies.
Keep him comfortable until I decide, until we discover whether or not he's lying. Keep his daughter comfortable as well.
I'm not lying. Can you just let her go?
Keep them comfortable. I shall return. By the way, if you are lying, this will go very poorly for you, but even less.
Not.
And I take a group of guards and I go looking.
Okay. Towards the coast. So yeah, actually, his direction. One of the lives kind of out on that side. I know pretty much exactly the one he's talking about. There's a large lake out there, a small island in the center. And you travel out, and then you find the. You travel out, you go through, you find the cavern. And in the back, there is some grains and other food have been stockpiled in there, along with some weapons. A number of scrolls and books having to do with Daranism. And the Crook Guidance. Something that looks very much like one of the major holy symbols that King Goneril was well known for, that all the statues of Goneril had on him.
I pull out a special blessed holy bag that I have. And
holding.
Without touching the artifact, I place it in the bag without touching it directly. I manipulate it through the bag, seal the bag, tell them to gather the rest, and we'll return.
Okay. Where comes the point where she makes physical contact with it?
Probably while she's examining it.
Okay. So I'm assuming like that, maybe that evening back at your place. What happens to Eugene, by the way?
Oh, he's got to be. We got to keep him healthy if he's going to work on our minds.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, he sent you to the stuff, and also gave a number of names over to one of the torturers. Later that evening, you've got everyone else sort of gone. You've got the bag in front of you.
Mm-hmm. So I place it on my desk and I pull it out, and I've got gloves on, curating gloves. I pull it out and I'm looking at it, and then just out of a fit of curiosity, I take it off, and my hand goes over it for a second, and then I touch it.
I advise you don't touch me there. Even sticks have their private places.
I put the glove back on, grab the stick, and throw it in the fireplace.
Where I just sit burning happily.
Yeah, at this point, you're able to communicate with her because she now has touched you.
Yeah, without touching, right?
Mm-hmm.
I get the feeling you aren't a Dara fan.
You cursed staff of the heretic Goneril.
Yes.
You, the symbol of the false god Dara. You
have me as a disadvantage. May I know who you are?
I'm not talking. She picks it up. She puts it in the bag. She shuts it. She hides it in a closet. Goes to pray.
Can I hear who you're praying to?
Yeah, you
Sure,
have
fate.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. Oh, I see. You're one of those. Look, I see being in a bag for the rest of 1,000 years. Let's say we could work together. Have something that would be very interesting to you.
she continues to pray to fate.
I can lead you directly to the Warden Helm.
You lie.
Why would I lie about that?
You're the cursed stick of Goneril.
Yes.
You're a symbol of the false god I am sworn to destroy.
Okay, so Who was it exactly that helped Dara into godhood?
Does she know this? Of course she knows. She associates her with the helmet. She knows Vatcha and...
I'm a.
Well, I guess she does because she's, against the Vatcha. The false god because of the Vatcha.
Yeah, Fate will definitely know.
Yeah.
Wouldn't necessarily have told. The priestesses might know. We'll say that they're aware, but it's not something that's supposed to be publicly known.
So at this point, she knows that that whatever this is, it's not a trick, or it's. Do you know how to destroy the helm?
I can probably help you find out, depending on how much power that stupid helmet has given their current wielder. I can lead you directly to them.
Let's talk.
I'm much more concerned with self-preservation than Darwinism. If you'll help me out of this bag and not decide to try and destroy me, I can lead you directly to Wardenhelm. I can give you the power to simply point at the man who's wielding them, and they force them to tell you how to destroy them.
Show me.
Where, or the power to get them to tell you?
Yes.
Okay, go find someone.
She rings a bell. For the servant.
Okay. Let me have a quick look at my powers.
Hey, while you're doing that, look that up. Let's skip over a little bit. Ventithe. Oren, you with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Your previous owner was a smuggler who ended up stealing you out of the vaults after your stuff had been put in there. The princess who had survived but was gravely wounded to the point where she never walked after. Had essentially a lot of that stuff just thrown in. The smuggler has gotten you, and he's dying. And he's been dying. It's something you're sort of aware of. You're heading across the seas when a very strong storm brews up. And I don't know what powers you had given him at this point, but even that, at one point you realize that Famous, the god of order, himself appeared. Because occasionally the gods will appear physicalized in person, but it's fairly rare. Specifically seeming to try to sink you. This is the first time you're aware of a god actually going up against a Vatcha in some respects. But you know what the people don't. The gods' powers are not as all-powerful as they would like humanity to know. The ship got wrecked, and you and Ivo washed ashore. Ivo's weak. This put him kind of much even further into the illness that will eventually kill him. And so you know he doesn't have a particularly long time left. At which point, Tansy. Very come up on the scene as a storm tamer, or in a way that you're like, you know, it's not a natural storm that was brought up, and when you yourself may have tested against the bounds of it, there was a power such as you've never felt before on the other side of it, which could probably in your mind only relate something to God. The next morning, there is a man in pretty bad shape who's washed up onto the shore, and he's not the only one who's left. You're the one who finds him.
I would go over to them and see what their current health state is.
You kind of go up. He's been buffeted around for a bit, probably swallowed a good amount of seawater on his way, and he's kind of struggling to breathe. And as he coughs up, you see some flecks of blood come out. He's probably not too long. And he kind of even says out loud, like, "That's not to you. This Ventai, this is to you. Heal me, do something."
I think it's too late to you, old man.
You have power over the sea, but you can't. Oh.
Farewell. It was a pleasure to sail with you. Every ship reaches its port.
Damn you. God's cursed coin. And with that is like his hacking turns much more bloody, and you see him, Tansy, start to convulse. You've seen people dying before, and that's pretty much what's happening here.
I was up until the point they mentioned a coin.
Mm-hmm.
Tansy thought he was talking directly to her.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he said coin, she would raise an eyebrow and try to just like stop his body from convulsing. Like she know he was dying and can't help him, but she could like make it a bit more peaceful, less violent.
You sort of kind of push down. You feel like on a thong around his neck, there's a bag. It almost seems to be the only thing he's got on him. And it feels like something sort of small, thin, and hard inside there, roughly the shape of a coin or a couple.
Well, I'll wait till he's dead before I loot him. I'm not that mean.
Yeah. And you feel there's nothing else on him. And he ends up passing, and the final rattle kind of happens, and then his body goes limp.
I would whisper a prayer under my breath before opening the bag and see if, because I can feel a coin, he cursed a coin, so I want to see what's going on.
Okay.
So I'll take out one of the coins and lift it into the air and just look at it in the light.
Out of the bag already.
I drop the coin.
And into the beach. Wonderful. God fucking damn it.
Are you what I think you are?
That really, really depends on your answer.
You're a Vatcha, aren't you?
Oh, you do have a brain in your head. Well, maybe it's just becoming more commonplace.
Nothing good has been said about Vatcha here.
Well, then clearly we're living in a very isolated area. What did the old fool wreck up anyway?
We're on the spy right now. Was that storm you?
Oh, no. No. It could have been, but it wasn't.
One thing the Vatcha will actually be aware of: the God Spire is actually where the gods physically, if they enter into this world, it's through the God Spire. They can then go anywhere from there, but this is essentially their way home or to the plane in which they live.
No. One of them came down that big pillar over there and decided to pay us a visit on the ship.
Why? Have you pissed them off?
I haven't done shit. I've been
You must
quite
have done
quiet.
something. The gods just don't attack people randomly.
Oh no, they don't attack people randomly, but they'll attack Vatcha all they please. Imagine something else that can do what you do. Maybe even better in some cases.
I don't know what to think of this. I'm I think I need to pray.
As long as it's not to that asshole of Order, we're fine.
I would pick up the bag. Where would I pray to the gods? Am I allowed in the spire?
You can go in the spire. It's just that, like I said, none of the doors will open there. But like in the spire itself is a holy place.
But can I get?
You believe the same
top?
thing, but like the Vatcha know for a fact it's true.
Yeah. Can I get to the top? Like, is this a lighthouse?
Yes.
Okay. I think for particularly big or sacred rituals, I'd go to the top. This is one of those moments. This is an important moment, so I'll go all the way to the top. Kneel down. There's probably like a little area like prepared with like sacred like artifacts and things, like just to please the gods, and like ritual equipment and such. I would kneel down and I'd start praying.
Can I feel any of the coins in this big, stupid treasure trove?
No, not here.
Okay. Fancy place the assholes dug for themselves.
You're really distracting, you know that?
I apologize. It's not like I have any gods to pray to. Or anybody worth talking to.
So, question: does the God of Storms directly talk back? Do I get visions? Do I just ask things and just like
very, very, very rarely? The gods come to people when they sort of wish. To actually have a complete opening to each other usually requires their they almost usually have to initiate it, or you get their attention.
Okay. After then, she'd sit up and just sigh. Well, it seems like they don't consider you important enough to respond to me. What do I do with you?
Well, I could give you some suggestions.
None of them good, I expect.
The last group of my suggestions made several men very powerful and very rich.
I am seeing now very...
The gods. Poor girl. She should have played smarter.
Is the news of the oh, hold on, what happened about Captain Tideson? Do they still go around pretending to be him, or
yes,
like so the people still assume he's alive?
Yep.
Okay, so I wouldn't have heard that. She'd frown and just cross her arms. What do you want?
What do I want? Well, for one, about 17 more coins like the ones in the bag.
You want to be rich?
I want to be whole.
Oh, I see. No, I don't follow. What do you mean?
Imagine if somebody came by and chopped off all your fingers and toes and told you could have them again, you just had to find them.
Oh, now I get it. Someone really doesn't like you, do they?
That goddamn stick does nothing but problems.
Stick, right. I'll just start descending the steps. So, how are you going to go about getting these coins back?
I'm a man of fair bartering.
I feel like I'm not going to enjoy what you're about to say next.
I can grant you just about anything you'd like, if you help me.
I'd quite like a pony. Can you give me a pony? She's got a smile on her face, like.
Do they keep horses on this island? At
No.
any point in the past or future?
There might
In
be
the
some
past,
seahorses
perhaps.
about.
Because we could, like, super resurrect a dead horse, or, like, or a ghost horse. That could be arranged in a manner. Though, travel by sea is much easier.
I was kidding about the horse. How? I'm guessing you want help finding the coins, right?
Unless you can figure out a way to give me legs.
I have been wanting to see the world.
There we are. Travel by sea, see the world, visit the capitals, the monuments, every mountain, forest, and hill you desire.
Okay. Say that I am willing to travel with you. What's in it for me?
Like I said, what you want. Power, power over, destinies, fates, knowledge, the water itself, or even the balance of life and death. All can be bought, but with a single coin.
I haven't moved from this spire in my entire life, and some of the stories about Vatcha are very, very questionable. How do I know that you can do things?
Well, what would you like to prove?
I'm easy.
Oh. Something easy. I would do the necromancy too, but I have no idea if there's like corpses or ghosts anywhere. Just like,
Oh, there definitely will. But yeah, there's sleepers
somewhere.
inside.
Yeah.
then let's do things simple. Coins are often used to pay fare, and with this, I can pay the fare back and forth through life and death. Speak with them and know that I tell the truth. And we'll do necromancy 2, speak with dead.
Let's have a look. Speak with corpses and ghosts.
Well, I think you're still you're still over his body. Like
Yeah.
Ivo's still right there.
Oh yeah,
I thought we moved into the big spider thing.
Oh no,
go into the spire,
that's right. Yeah.
I would have arranged to have them like taken, not to a morgue, but where the dead are like prepared and to be buried and things like that. So if you told me to go to him, I would.
Yeah. There'll be other bodies probably around. This is the freshest.
Yep.
Let's. How do you commune with ghosts? You want me to talk with what now?
Anyone you please.
Okay. She would confusedly close her eyes and just try to reach out and talk to someone. If there's anything in the ether.
Ghosts.
Ooh, spooky ghosts.
Did you summon up like one of the ghosts on the island?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like it's indiscriminate, so it's basically she's just reaching out, like anything can come up.
Okay, let's go with. Who is your closest family member who's died?
Oh God. Let's say it was my older brother in a storm.
Okay. Thoughts of him probably pop into your head fairly easily. And your older brother's name?
Tenri.
Tenry?
Ria. So hold on, let me
Okay.
work that out.
So Tenry, like slowly before your eyes, essentially comes into your vision. Oh, okay. I spelled it 10 R-E-R. So don't think you mean
It's
that.
fine, no worries.
Yeah,
No
Tenry
worries.
appears, coalesces kind of in front of you and then smiles.
Should collapse back, like, what the fuck?
You're bigger than you used to be. How long ago did Tenry die?
I have no idea how old Tansy is.
How old do you want her to be?
Let's say she's 30 now and it's been 10 years.
Okay. Grow it into a full woman.
This isn't happening, you're dead.
I am. I've been summoned here. It kind of looks over at you and, like that.
I'm at a loss here, Coin. Is this real? Is this just my imagination?
Oh no. This is very, very, very real. One of the smallest tastes of power I can give you.
Brother, I'm so sorry. I couldn't stop the storm.
It's okay. Where I'm at, I'm beyond desire, beyond pain. My story was done.
I'm sorry. I can't do this, and I would send him away. Away, ghost.
He just fades. Goodbye, sister. And it's gone.
Proof enough for you?
Okay. Okay, I believe you.
Okay, let's switch over to Theodore and Wardenhelm.
Yep.
Okay, the Wizard Desero is the most powerful wizard in a star. Killed a great many people. As you're heading, you know exactly where he's at, up in his tower, which is one where other witch hunters have tried to assail him. He has managed to gain control over some of the monsters and stuff that are in this portion of the world, and even managed to bring some that don't normally exist in a star. It's always been very dangerous, and it usually knows when people are coming. As you approach, there's a village within sight of the tower. And as you go there, it seems eerily quiet until you reach where you can see the middle of the town, and there are stakes driven, um, dozens of stakes driven in the ground, and on them people have been impaled. There have been, as you're going to come a bit closer, you notice runes on the poles themselves, on the spikes, and in the dirt beneath them, there's also some magic symbols and such written. This is for gathering of power.
Oh God.
This is not good.
Why?
Gathering of power. You're the witch hunter. You understand these things.
I know. I wanted to deal with a hedge of witches. But this thing is going to fuck up everything if I just let it be.
He's not content to stay with hedges, is he?
Apparently not. You got anything for this helmet? Or am I just on with sword?
You've got a very nice sword, I think.
Yeah, but judging by the height of this tower, he's probably shooting lightning at this point. Or something equally retarded.
Well. Why don't we find out?
I go. It's the middle of the day or something.
It's getting a little bit towards evening. You're pretty sure he's aware that you've been sort of hunting after him. You've taken out a number of other witches recently. Not only your abilities, but the fact that people, one, you know kind of exactly where to go to find them helps a huge amount. And the fact that people are willing to help you out in ways they might not be with others, because word spreads quickly. And the tales of you and what you can do has reached to all corners, at least of the stair. It has helped you get the drop on a lot of people, a lot of other witches and wizards. And you've noticed that some of the ones recently have tried to be a little more prepared, though you're good at your job.
I'm right, I am.
You have never,
Okay.
You've seen people, you've seen like individuals, pairs, maybe even 3 people sacrifice before to gather power for some sort of a spell. This many, you've never seen something on this level before. Like what he is attempting is something that whatever it is something you are unaware of any other wizard trying.
Well, no time to be slow on this one. Let's start going.
Indeed.
Okay, so you just walk through and like on your way to the tower.
I've got sword over shoulder. Let's start walking through this towards the tower.
There are a few people as you kind of walk by. You see her slowly are still struggling a tiny bit, not completely dead yet. The way those poles go is it rips up a good portion of their insides, but the actual stake itself that kind of comes out the shoulder, but it holds in enough blood from getting out that they actually can survive a freakishly long time. All of them as you're going past. And the place itself kind of go up over a ridge, and as you look down, the forest in between here and there has been cleared. There are out front, kind of keeping an eye on the tower. On opposite sides, you see 2 gigantic ice trolls with some frost hounds on chains that are about, each link is about the size of your forearm.
God damn it.
You definitely run into wizards who've basically managed to take control over some minor creatures and monsters that we're finally be able to introduce into the game itself, even though it's something we said during the original, and let's have monsters. We haven't gotten around to it yet. but they're usually fairly small. It takes a good amount of power to overcome anything magical, and something that's intelligent. Even calling a frost troll intelligent is not, or an ice troll rather, is perhaps giving it some credit, but it does count to actually take over the mind like this. Either comes through bribery or magic. The frost hounds are used by ice trolls. They've domesticated them after a fashion.
Okay.
Michael, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
And this is just for me. And this is
3.5
totally.
inches.
Yes. Thank you. That's all I needed. Just the tip. No. Now you made me lose my train of thought.
That happens a lot. Something said
Let's just say that I gave him Armor of Will. Not that I'm going to do it, but just it says he's invulnerable. Someone who's invulnerable cannot be wounded by any weapon forged by man, Vatcha, or weapons that still wound someone who's invulnerable.
Yep. Can
he be wounded by magic that is not Vatcha?
Yes, magic could. You do, however, know the wizards here aren't like throw fireball wizards.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they could like summon a storm and lightning or something could strike, but it basically. Let me pull up what it actually says for you. And I think it basically means weapons themselves. That's life?
Yeah.
And armor of will. No, actually, it says you're invulnerable. It just points out someone's vulnerable cannot be wounded by any weapon forged of man. Vatcha can still wound. Vatcha that are weapons can still wound someone who is invulnerable. Because it specifically mentions invulnerable is it with weapons forged by man.
Right, but they could drown.
Yeah, drowning is possible. I think we'll basically go with the invulnerable, and it's just a reminder. So they could drown, they could suffocate, something along those lines, but they're not going to be able to be harmed by
Gotcha.
By essentially anything outside of like the gods themselves will do physical damage to them.
Sure. I'm just checking.
Yeah, or a weaponized a Vatcha who's a weapon. Okay. Hey, do you want to be armed? No, never mind.
I didn't say anything.
What? No, just never. No, it's nothing. It's nothing. All right, so
okay. I'm not fighting those things.
Why aren't you fighting those things?
That is infinitely too much work.
Don't you? You are quite the pain in the headband.
No. The pain in the ass is fighting giant frost trolls on your way to kill the witch. Okay, unless you got something. Have I managed to kill anything this size before?
It's possible. It's very difficult. If they got frost hounds on a leash, and another one not terribly far away, like that would require. It's overkill, to be honest. I mean, he's apparently afraid enough of you that he's gone to this degree. If you had maybe a company of men, and a bit of time to prepare, you could probably take one out, but there's a good chance a lot of them would die.
Yeah.
So it's not impossible.
If they die, they can just be brought back to life again.
True.
What is how much of a boon is a bonus of 2d6 on any given roll?
Okay, so each way to look at it. So you have like your 2d6 you start with. You get one for personality, one for destiny, which in this case, killing Desiril and destroying his tower is part of the destiny of Theodore.
Mm-hmm.
So then plus equipment, which you'd have some for that. And then the extra 2d6, if you look up top, it does show like what you have to roll. Like if you want to do 5 wounds of damage,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll say like a troll, for example, has 5 wounds. If you want to do like 5 wounds in one shot, you have to roll above a 25, and that would give you like if his personality trait helped, you could have a maximum of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 dice. At which point that impossible becomes that's with the extra +2. That impossible becomes a little more in the place where it could happen.
I mean, I have things that could help, Theodore. It's just that you're so lazy and unpleasant.
Fine. Okay. So these things are just like straight up in front of like the gate.
They're on kind of either side of it. They're both watching over the valley. There's one of them facing general direction of the village that you've come from. Trolls are not particularly farsighted, like in a literal sense as well as a figurative sense. So the area has been cleared. They're sort of waiting for something to approach. You see one on the far side, and then one kind of, if you were to take this road straight up to the tower, it would see you along the way.
Are these things all chained, did you say?
No, the dogs are. The frost hounds are chained to like the left hand of the ice troll. Ice trolls are pretty stupid, but they've actually managed to either them or some things say the gods actually did it for them. But they have managed to domesticate essentially for trolls the frost hounds. They're definitely out of like. And here's the thing: a star is a desert area for the most part. They're way the hell out of like the fact that they're here is incredibly strange, and would have required a great deal of difficulty in bringing it.
Let me ask you a question, Theodore. If you manage to bring this wizard to justice, and by justice, I mean death, and if you manage to shatter his tower, what next? What then?
Bring back the people who got sacrificed, move on to the next wizard.
But this is your destiny, to be fulfilling your destiny. I mean, from everything I know of you, it's oh, well, that's too much work. I'm done. My destiny is fulfilled. Blah, 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 blah.
Look, I can't say, I'm going to kill all the wizards, because not all of them are dicks.
Apparently, you're not even going to attempt to kill the one you're destined to kill.
Wait, this is the same one? I think I missed it.
Mm-hmm. I was like, you're probably unaware that you're actually destined to kill this one.
Oh, sorry.
No. However, the Vatcha, I like the idea that the Vatcha do know what destiny is supposed to be.
Apparently, you're not even willing to try to kill the wizard you're destined to kill.
And what's that supposed to mean?
I mean, it's your destiny. You're supposed to kill the wizard Desterol and shatter his tower. We Vatcha can read these things. It's written all across you.
And does Destiny also say I get my shit stabbed in by a bunch of trolls on the way in?
It's a little muddy.
Please ask again later.
Reply hazy. Try again.
Yeah. Is there anybody alive left in this village? Just like not bleeding out.
You could go back and search and see through the houses and such if anybody had hidden, but chances are if anybody had survived, they probably ran as far away from the tower as they could. Probably not on the main road, just in case.
Yeah. Guess
Look,
I'll try.
I'm going to do you a favor. All I ask is that you be more open to taking my advice and suggestions from here on out. Do we have a deal?
I can live with that.
Armor of Will. I'm going to edit your thing so that you have Armor of Will and that you know what it does, and I'll add the points to you.
Holy shit! That's level 8.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's at the point where he's got a good deal of power over you.
You've already established my MO.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then Armor of Will is 8. There you go. You're invulnerable. Nothing can harm you. Well, none of Vatcha can harm you. A god can harm you. No weapon can harm you. That's not a Vatcha. I hope he's not wielding a Vatcha. Is he wielding a Vatcha? No, he's definitely not wielding a Vatcha. I'd know by now.
Correct.
Then let's go then. So we'll draw a sword and let's start progressing on these ice trolls.
Okay, just sort of make your way.
I guess the question is, can I feel the fact that I'm invincible or invulnerable, or like, am I just taking his word on this?
I don't know, Mikey.
You know what?
Mikey,
Huh?
can he?
Kenny, yes, and the proof of your invulnerability is that you hear the heartbeat of anyone near you. I'm giving him hear the heart as well.
Okay.
That's a 4.
Yeah, okay.
Jesus.
I'm going to try to very gently stab my own arm just to make sure.
Poke.
Don't use me!
Nothing.
You're a helmet. Why would I stab with you?
Stab with the helmet.
Because I could technically, if you hit yourself with me, you could hurt yourself.
Wait. I'm invincible unless somebody bludgeons me to death with my own helmet.
I'm a bloody Vatcha.
At that point, you hear a heartbeat in one of the houses close to you, and it's going crazy.
Well, go on.
I'm gonna go investigate that heart. Because what the hell is that?
Okay, Xander.
Like, super annoying.
Yes.
Do you want to hop into Zahir Ramsey?
Yeah, sure. Who the hell's that?
Zahir Ramsey, you were used to be a soldier, but you ended up coming back to your village, which was in the shadow of this mountain. There's times you have worked for the wizard Desiril at times, but your courage kind of failed you a little bit when Desiril and his people came and staked the entire village.
So I'm the only one left.
A shame, sort of
Not
cowardice. You've been hiding, and someone kind of came through, and you're hiding in one of the buildings nearby. And so, yeah, this is Theodore. This is where you hear the heartbeat.
I'm totally in a cupboard, by the way.
Yeah.
So Theodore,
Come out. I'm not gonna hurt you.
Yeah, you don't hear, you don't get a response, but like, there's definitely like a rumbling coming from the cupboard.
Look, I don't work for the wizard. I ain't here to stake people. I just need info. If you want to come out, I can even give you some of this wine I've got. Other than that, I just start sticking my sword through different cabinets until I figure out where we're going.
Just how can I trust you?
Look, your options are either trust me or probably get killed by a frost giant / wizard.
I also
Have
knew
frost
you were in a
giants?
cupboard without searching for you.
Well, I can hear where his heartbeat is.
Yeah, but he doesn't know that. It's just suddenly.
I also know exactly where you are. At this point, this is a formality. if I wanted to kill you, I wouldn't have walked in here and talked.
The cupboards are open slightly, and I peek out. Who are you?
My name is Theodore. I'm a witch hunter.
Have the stories of the witch hunter wearing the helmet who do miracles?
Yeah, not only that, the couple times you've worked for Deseril, and you're not always proud of what you've done for him, and you know that his viciousness is usually directed. He doesn't kill when he doesn't need to, but he often seems to need to for what he's doing. You know that he in particular had paid some people good money if they have heard about Theodore Foa, and gave the name and also explained what it looked like, what he would have with him, was in the area.
Wait, you're that Theodore?
Yeah, that Theodore.
You shouldn't be here. The wizard is after your head.
Ooh. Oh, sorry.
I'm a ghost helmet.
I can't help myself. I'm so sorry, Theodore. Go ahead.
We're once the head of people who hunt wizards.
Ooh. It caught up again. Sorry.
Right. I got a question for you. How come you're not staked?
Oh, that's a good one.
You just see like their face go flush and like look down like they're not proud. They didn't check the cupboard.
I'll give you that one. Good on you, though. Okay. I'll cut to the quick of this. Is there any way around that godforsaken structure that just isn't forward?
So describe the. Is it just a tower?
Yeah, the tower itself, there is a fairly large like underground basement area that you know the prisoners are sometimes taken to. There is a you've been told, you haven't been up there, but you know some people who have. There's essentially like a ritual room that is the upper part of the tower. A lot of those things that sometimes they've been known to say it works better if they're closer to the gods. But it also has a lot of things sort of arranged up there. And he's got like living quarters that are probably second or third floor.
I may know of a way, but look, if you're really that Theodore, you can do things, right?
Yep.
My family, I couldn't say. Can you help me?
More people back from the dead.
He just looks pleading.
God, more people. Why? Every
Fucking
time they
guys.
die, I gotta bring them back. Just stay alive.
And it's so much work. You just have to think about it.
Yeah, let's think about it.
So are you bringing them back?
Yep.
Okay. So I kind of like the idea that you go to them. If you do this, they'll kind of wake up a little bit on the spikes themselves, but then they actually, like, it moves through them, like their body's almost rejecting it out the back, as they kind of collapse to the ground, like kind of slide down while that's happening, so that then they actually almost step off of the spike. and so all of those who've been killed just come back, and a lot of them immediately fall to the ground because they just went through a gigantic amount of pain and died, and that was this horrific thing of all that horror that they just saw had happened.
That was very neat, but you could have taken them off the stakes first.
I'll go embrace my family, like, in awe.
I have now lost the element of surprise.
What's your wife's name?
Wife. I don't know.
Wife. What a convenient name.
I know.
That's how I knew I was to marry her. What's your name? Wife.
Right.
Great.
I'm the only NPC with a name in this place. Oh, damn. I will talk to you. She kind of looks at you, and as you kind of go to embrace her.
Yeah.
Yeah. As does, she kind of pushes back. Where were you?
I'm sorry.
They killed our children first. They killed them before me. They made me watch, and you... Where were you? You were there before they came in, and then you were gone.
God, he forgot his wife was such a nagger.
Oh, no, hold on. I left you to die horribly with the kids. Blah, 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 blah. Keep hearing that all the time.
He would... what would I do? I'd probably just tear up and keep trying to apologize.
And she grabs her kids, and they are, like, your son and daughter are weeping horrifically at this, and all of them. And then this, you kind of, as you look around, everyone who's kind of managed to sort of pick themselves back up, they're looking at you, a little surprised that you were not. You used to be a soldier. If anyone knew how to do something, it maybe should have been you.
Praise Dara and all that.
yeah.
Praise Dara.
I can bring your family back from the dead, but I can't save your marriage.
Yeah.
I haven't given you that power. It's too much power to give to one person.
She's going to have to change your name to ex-wife now.
And then the other ones, they sort of turn. Those who kind of have picked themselves up a bit more and look at you, Theodore, and then drop to their knee, the head bowed. Praise Dara. Praise Dara.
Yeah, you're gonna want to, face a temple or some shit. I ain't the holy one.
We will build a temple. We will build a temple
God,
for here for this miracle.
Oh God, no.
I'd get up and wipe my eyes and stuff and says, my family might hate me now, but I'm just happy that they're alive. I can probably get you inside.
Wonderful. Lead the way.
Right, what's a good way into a dungeon? So where were the frost giants in relation to the tower?
So essentially, I mean, you've got like the tower itself, and I will. Where you have the tower, the tower is like a bit of the valley kind of comes up, and then culminates. There's a hill the tower is on that kind of looks down over the rest of it, and he's had the forest cleared around it to give kind of clear line of sight from any direction. And they are essentially at either side of the tower. The one side that has the entrance, and the other one looking down the opposite side. So between the two of them, they kind of have 360 degrees where they can see if something's coming.
And you said it had quite an extensive dungeon.
Not like that. There was about several rooms and such that were down there, some cells that are kept in there, but it's not like a D&D dungeon where there's a shit ton of stuff. It's just there's plenty of places to keep people in individual cells or sort of larger rooms, some sacrificial areas down there as well.
Okay. Okay. Can we say that there was an old abandoned mine somewhere that ran underneath?
Yes.
Cool. I'm going to grab a pickaxe and lead them to the entrance of the mine.
Okay.
We'll kill the trolls later.
Yeah. So the mine is.
Are you saying I made you invulnerable for nothing?
Oh no, we'll do it against the wizard. And then we'll kill the trolls later. I'll even stand completely still while they break an axe over my head, if that helps.
Oh,
You sure that's not too much work?
I gave you all that power for what? That's your problem. Your problem is you're prematurely giving power. Yeah. So you can take it to the mines themselves. A lot of the stone here was used to create the tower.
I would light a torch and start leading them through. My father was a miner here. As a boy, I would help him in the mines. I know that there's a path that leads straight below the dungeon, if I remember correctly. It would just require a little bit of digging.
Okay. Yeah, there's a place where it should come fairly close. It was actually part of it was as it was dug there and opened up. They actually had parts of the mine where they could kind of take blocks directly from and shape them in there, and then it was sealed back over. But wouldn't take a long time to kind of hack its way through again.
Oh, so can we see direct brick?
You can actually get to the point where it was. I mean, it was sort of sealed back up, and you know where that was.
Yeah. I'd leave
You
them to
explored it
that.
as a child and found it because what you were told was the people who built it were killed after they had done that, and in the mine at that point had become pretty much disused, but a lot of children played in it.
Mm-hmm. So I'd lead them to that point and start mining while guessing that he wasn't going to get any help.
So you reach kind of the brick area in there, kind of put the torch in a scone that's there, and then I'm assuming Theodore just watching for a while. He's doing this.
You've got a lounge chair, popcorn, just sat there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, eventually, you manage to kind of bust through a bit. The room on the other side is dark, and you can kind of like shine some light in there. You see that there is some blood that has caked the floor that's been used probably in the last 3 or 4 days. Also, some drag marks of where a body was probably dragged through it. But the room itself is sealed, like the door is shut, and it's dark in here. And you wait and listen for a moment, you're not hearing anything. Go ahead, keep making your way through.
Yep.
All right. You make a big enough hole for you to go through it, and then you're in this dungeon, in this room, and it smells of just blood and sacrifice and death. There's
Smells of sacrifice.
Yeah, there's little bits of like, not just death, but like someone had rooted around in the body and pulled out things. There's still little bits of offal and such here and there. You're not entirely sure what pieces of the person those were, but it's probably best not to think too much about it.
Guess I'll try to start making my way up,
Okay.
practicing as much stealth as I can.
Yeah, not a lot of reason to lock your doors inside of the Wizard's Tower that people are terrified of. That also has things guarding it. Probably has some other things that stops people from making their way in particularly easily. But once you're inside, not that big a deal. Come through, the door opens up. There's a hallway. There's some cells along. But as you go through, each of the cells is empty, though a couple of them look like they have been inhabited recently. There's a couple shit buckets that seem relatively fresh by the smell. some straw and some other stuff in a few that have been used. And then as you're kind of going through, there is a bedroom down here. Really sparse, really spare. The door is open to it. The bed itself is fairly cheap, the kind of thing to be made very quickly with a bit of a mattress on it. This is definitely not where the wizard probably stayed. You kind of take a look at what it has there. This is maybe a guard or something along those lines who takes care of whoever's stuck down there. And there's some stairs leading up, circular stairs. You kind of look up, they seem to go up probably about 20 feet before it reaches like a foyer area. If you poke your head up there, you're not hearing it. Like sort of outside, you can hear like occasionally, and then like some growlings of the dogs, of the frost hounds. In this, there is kind of looks like maybe a library off to one side, a large room off to another. Then you've got the stairs going up, and you can kind of smell almost the sense of some ozone down here. Like the air itself just feels charged. And if you listen closely, you can hear some chanting coming from up above.
Hey, Helmet.
Mm-hmm.
Am I just invulnerable to weapons or everything?
Oh, everything. Don't worry. I mean, I think. I didn't read the handbook.
I guess the question becomes, can I still be set on fire?
Yes.
Will it hurt?
It
will.
Yes.
There goes that plan. Okay.
Yes. Self-immolation is out.
I was going to set the tower on fire. And then just wait. Anyway.
I would say with it vulnerable, I would say you could actually walk through fire and be fine.
Essentially, the idea was like if the library is an option before I can head upstairs, then just torch that and set the lower levels on fire. So that way he's got nowhere to go, but then to just straight fight me.
Yeah. So Mikey, you know that like it would make him invulnerable to fire. You don't have to tell him that, but you know that.
Plus, it would give me a head start on destroying the tower.
Oh, what the hell? Yeah, fire won't hurt you. Don't worry about it.
Wonderful. I'm gonna kick some lanterns into the bookcases.
Yeah, Zahir, you watch him just go and starts a fire in the library. It's on the first floor.
Is the guide guy still with me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna want to leave.
The guide would have said they would wait at the entrance to guide you back out the mines.
Okay, so you're still in the mine?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you kind of start the fire in there, and then you head up the steps?
Yep.
All right.
Sword drawn, trying to be sneaky.
Sword drawn, trying to be sneaky. You can kind of hear the fire below you starting to catch.
Yep.
You go up a couple flights so you hear where the chanting is, and then you kind of hear behind it like this ripping sound. And then as you kind of open the door, on the far side of it, you see what looks like about 3 apprentices. There's a few people that have been sacrificed, a few of which who are still writhing, even though their intestines have been pulled out on the ground in front of them. And you see Desiril stepping through a rip in the very air itself. And what you see beyond it, there is... How old's Kirsten, Mikey?
Mid-30s.
Yeah, you see like a woman in her mid-30s with a shepherd's crook looking very surprised as he sort of steps through this rip in the air.
That made things easy.
What do you do?
So I've just busted in on a bunch of wizards, and they've pulled a woman out of space-time.
No. He's stepping through. He's basically made a rip. Like instead of seeing like the wall behind it, you're seeing another chamber that's clearly not there, and a very surprised-looking woman staring back. And for a moment, at this point, it's very strange because right now, both Guidance and Wardenhelm, you suddenly feel another Vatcha very close by, which was not there literally a second ago. And this is one thing that Theodore would know. Doing this is not something most wizards can do, and I mean, this is probably why he sacrificed so many people, was to gain this power to essentially step through something.
Might I make a suggestion?
Go ahead.
Kill him?
Kill the wizard?
Yes, with your sword. Stabby, stabby.
At this point, he sort of turns and sees you, sort of smile on his face, and starts to kind of close up behind him. There's easier places to be a wizard than what you are.
Fuck. And the element of surprise is ruined, and there's a weird lady through a vision thing, and we're not going to deal with that right now because there's a wizard to stab.
You have very little time. What do you do?
Run forward and stab the wizard.
Okay, so to get to it before it shuts, I'm going to say it's going to be epic because it's closing fairly quick behind him, like as he went through. So you'll need to end up rolling above an 18.
Don't you have the power to
Okay.
heart attack?
No. The previous user.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Previous user had heart
Dara.
attacks.
Dara
I
had the
don't-
power to do that.
Dara had heart attacks. I'm not so lucky.
She still does, I think.
She doesn't need a helmet
Okay.
now.
This is the first game
Okay.
you created a god accidentally.
Okay, so I get one for background, I'd say,
Definitely.
because, witch hunting.
Yep.
Can I get one for loose cannon? Because this is obviously not the correct plan.
Yes,
Okay, I get another one for destiny,
definitely.
and could I argue the max equipment bonus?
I could
'Cause-
probably argue your sword,
Yeah.
but I don't know how anything else you have would help you leap through
I mean-
in time.
Yeah. If it was just about straight killing him, I'm argue about the fact that I've already set the tower he draws power from on fire.
Yeah,
But-
well, he doesn't draw power from the tower. It's just he did it through the sacrifices of the people he's killed. Like, there's easier ways to get power, but like sacrificing someone's a good way to get a lot of it quickly.
Yeah. Okay, so 4 extra dice.
So how many dice do you have?
6.
6 dice.
And you got to get an 18?
Yep.
Out of 6 dice.
Yeah, 18 will
Out
get
of
you.
6 dice.
18 will
That
get
means
you
you got to
through
get an
in
average
time.
of 2, right?
What's it?
The odds are in your favor. You're going to roll a 3, 4, 5, or 6 on every die.
And how do you know that?
Isn't there a geese? Geese?
Geese?
Cheese?
Possibly.
do
He
that?
could make a deal with fate to automatically succeed. Then again, he's rolling 66 against an 18.
Yeah. Okay, let's go with it.
Yeah, that worked real well.
Remember when I said the odds were in your favor?
God damn.
1-1. All 5s
Damn.
and 6s.
Yeah, I'll actually say for that one, like you did so well. You went beyond epic, past impossible by 4, which, yeah, you. So, but and not only are you like through in no time, you actually come through and sword through his chest as you feel like the thing shut behind you, and it just like the shock on his face is it doesn't last long. As he just,
So is Guidance and his wielder witness to this right now?
Yes. So yeah, Kirsten, you probably with guidance now for several months.
Mm-hmm.
You've had it. Yes, and suddenly you were essentially preparing at this point to go to bed. You've gone into your room, and then this crack opens up. A man in a star, dressed like a star wizard, walks through, and then immediately just someone comes through with a sword, kills it, wearing the helm of Dara, or something that looks a lot like it.
Behold, I have brought Wardenhelm to you.
Yeah. We're talking months, right?
Yes.
What powers has he given me? Because she wouldn't have kept him out of that bag had he not given her powers.
Okay, so to prove...
Basically, Michael, you took all my bargaining chips away.
Oh shit! I'm sorry.
And now you put all the power in the Vatcha. So I expect you to be generous to me here, Michael.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for that.
No, it's all right. You cut from me and then went to everything else. And then
No matter what,
this guy's going to go, well, I give him a 2-point power or a 1-point power, but that's all I'd ever give him anyway.
Well,
because
yeah, I would say it sounded like because you sounded like you wanted kind of more power and such for yourself.
yeah, oh fuck yes, she does.
And
She's Machiavellian.
And probably would have almost immediately set around to doing, kind of working her will of guidance and giving her the sort of power for that.
Precisely so.
So guidance, because this is another cult that you are, a cult or religion,
Yes.
which you could use to gain some power over.
It's true. We did bargain that I could take you to Wardenhelm and find out how to kill him. I would have given you single command, which is 5 from control. You force someone to take a simple action. We would have proved that this worked by bringing someone to you and me telling you to order him to tell you something or do something.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I'm
yeah.
just popping me up real quick, and then guidance, control, single command, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That was 5.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4. 5.
You can basically make people do what you like, as long as it doesn't kill them.
And
Okay.
let's do a bit of a flashback. What kind of things have you two been doing in the meantime?
Well, that's up to my wielder, of course.
Yeah. We can kind of pop back a bit and kind of RP a bit of this, and then decide maybe. So you gave her the power to force someone to speak, probably pretty closely after your first meeting.
Yeah, that was like the immediate. Look, now you can, if you find Wardenhelm's wielder, you can order them to tell you how to kill him.
And this only pertains to asking questions.
And
She immediately begins empirically experimenting on prisoners to see exactly what she can get them to do.
Yeah, you find essentially anything that's not going to be lethal to them, and that is physically possible, they will do.
You also said you would take me directly to him. Show me exactly where to find him.
Yes. Well, seeming you are a hater of Dara, I assume you've heard all the rumors about Wardenhelm traveling Astar, doing crazy God knows what.
Well, the same stories applied to you.
Yes, but I'm just a stick. I'm not the one who created literally a god.
False god.
Yes, false god.
So what you're saying is that I need to wander blindly until I run into this?
No.
helmet with an attitude?
Not exactly. You can head to Astar immediately, and when you're there, you can basically order people to tell you where he was, and you'll find him very quickly.
Put him back in the bag.
Oh, you're going to be like that, are you?
Oh, yes. When you said you would tell me how to find him exactly, you didn't say that I was going to have to wander the land blindly commanding peasants to tell me everything they know.
Let's have a look.
Hey, have I mentioned that Kirsten's a bitch?
Is that on the personality list?
Well, she's obsessive and Machiavellian, but if it's all right, I'll add bitch.
I think that's a character choice.
All right, well then I won't add it as an attribute. She doesn't have to be. She's got resting bitch face.
Oh dear, the last time I gave this power to someone, it was very, very eventful.
Oh, that's right. Because of you, Goneril could teleport people. And himself.
Yes.
I want that.
I knew you would. Let's go with teleportation.
Oh, Lord.
Happening again.
Let's just, for the sake of argument, say that this is the conversation we just had before this rip opens.
Mm-hmm.
And you've literally been like 2.5 months in a bag before you finally agree to do teleportation. Because she is like, fuck you, you stay in the bag. And she had just pulled you out when you gave her the teleportation.
Yeah, then and I think we cut back to the behold, I give you Wardenhelm, which is what you had said.
Right, behold, I give you
I
Wardenhelm.
have brought Wardenhelm to you.
And because he was so epic, what helped him be so epic in his attack is as soon as that dude came through the thing, she used the command and said, "Stop!" on the wizard, and he stood completely still.
Yeah, she kind of comes in, and the thing kind of closes up behind you. By the way, Zahir, there's a fire happening up above you in the tower, and you kind of poke your head up. It looks like the entire bottom of it's filled. I'm assuming you run back to the village.
Oh yeah, I'm leaving.
Just like Zahir's just sort of sitting there going, "I'm waiting." And come back.
Just surrounded by fire. This is fine.
This will be okay.
It's okay.
This is fine, yes.
All right. Yeah, so now, Theodore, you come through he's dead, and you see a woman kind of holding the symbol of Dara in the west, or one of the symbols of Dara in the west, crook.
Hello, Wardenhelm.
One second. I'm going to turn around and slam my sword through this guy's neck.
A moment.
I really have to make sure he's decapitated.
Okay. This is in your room, by the way. He starts like ripping through the neck.
All right. Did he say that
Yeah,
out
Theodore,
loud in the room? Theodore,
Just like 1 second.
don't move.
Theodore, you find yourself, unless you've got something that would stop it, unable to move.
Yeah, Wardenhelm, I'm just going to warn you now. My wielder's a bit of a bitch.
Tell me who you are and how you came to be possessed of the helmet Wardenhelm.
My name is Theodore, and I bought it off what I think might be a homeless man.
And are you indeed walking the earth, or walking the world, spreading so-called miracles in the name of the false god Dara?
No.
I imagine you two are going to get along swimmingly.
And I'm just saying, like, if these questions have to be answered truthfully, then, like, that straight up is how he believes the truth. Like, the resurrections are a side effect of the fact that he's witch hunting. He ain't spreading miracles for shit. They just happen to be happening.
Answer me truthfully. Do you worship Dara?
I go on the high holidays, but kind of shrugs. It's hard to find a good temple in the middle of the desert. This work just keeps me so busy. You know how it is, he says, semi-gesturing to the man bleeding out on the floor.
I teleport him down to the cells, but not the helmet.
I think you can teleport him. I don't know if you can stop the helmet from going. And I'll say this: I think particularly with a Vatcha, if it wants to remain on its wielder, it has a way. Yeah, so if you teleport him down, he'll go. Even if you want the helmet to remain, I think it'll remain with him, unless Wardenhelm wants to separate.
Oh fuck no! Wardenhelm wants out.
Yep.
Everything in Wardenhelm's body is screaming, "Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!"
This is like 12 kinds of bullshit. Helmet, the fuck are we gonna do about this?
You're telling me.
I love the fact that right now Mikey is playing both sides. He's on both sides of this conflict.
That got me damn stick.
Well,
I just messaged Wardenhelm. Just says, just to let you know, this isn't my fault. I don't know why you somehow appeared in front of my
Oh,
bishop.
certainly. I hear the words, "Behold, Wardenhelm," and then I bring you Wardenhelm, and then all of a sudden he's frozen and has to answer questions, and now he's teleported. You gave her the same god's damn power you gave Goneril? What are you, fucking daft?
It's complicated. How was I supposed to know you would appear right in front of her?
You certainly seem to take credit for it. What else did you... You had her teleport us here. No, we came through a portal. I can't blame you for that. But fuck you anyway.
Oh my god, I love Wardenhelm.
Outside your cell, she appears with the stick.
do I still have a sword?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Well, she's not as... Go ahead.
Is this just a thing we're doing now? Because somewhere in the desert there's a stone tower burning to the ground I really gotta take care of. Also, I really should make sure that guy's head comes off. Like, super sure.
You know, you could heart attack her like you did, what was his name?
Oh, if you look under the Fallen, yeah, Prince Hal.
Prince Hal.
I totally could. The problem is, he's so close to having too much power over me. He doesn't listen to me, he's lazy. He doesn't bathe regularly, he's drunk all the fucking time. Guidance, how do you do it?
I mostly go with the flow. This one really, really hates you, and by extension, me. I wouldn't be sorry to see her leave.
Hand me your sword without causing harm to anyone.
You got something little stop.
Is that in order?
Yes, it was a compulsion.
Yep.
It was a command.
He's gonna hold the sword out, but he's going to keep like his hand on the hilt and hand it to her blade first.
Let's let's make a deal. If I can get her to open the door, you can kill her.
We'd have to if I'm thinking this is we'd have to be able to move first.
Guidance.
This is obviously some kind of witch.
Yes.
Guidance.
Yes.
The stories I heard about Goneril teleporting people in the air, they were all true, weren't they?
Oh yes, this is quite for someone with teleportation. What's happening right now is very tame.
Really?
Yes. He did teleport an army into the ocean.
Oh, that is... Hello. Well. This is what I want to happen, Michael.
Yes.
At the exact same time, I want her to teleport them super high in the air over the burning tower he wants to return to. But I also want Wardenhelm to give him the power that immediately before they get teleported, as they're being teleported, he can stop her heart.
What is
Guidance and Wardenhelm are open to new people next time.
We're not going to kill the shit pope.
Theodore is going to survive the fall.
I am invulnerable.
Well, she's going to teleport him. Oh, he doesn't know that. She doesn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, then here is what I wanted to do. He said teleport into the ocean. So she's going to teleport him miles out into the ocean because that's exactly what Guidance had said. That's what's on her brain.
Wait.
You had said teleport him to the tower.
She isn't going to order the guy to tell her how to kill Wardenhelm.
Oh, you're right. How do I destroy Wardenhelm?
I don't fucking know.
Oh, you do?
Yes, you do. You've got more than 5. Would she? The thing is, would she know to even ask that?
Well, Guidance was telling her.
Guidance said.
Guidance told that to her. Okay. I didn't know
He
that was.
He said to ask.
Okay.
To command it. So she commands. Tell me how I can destroy Wardenhelm.
Right, so you're gonna need... I forget what it's called. It's that big dumb place in the south. Everything's black. Then you're gonna need a bunch of weapons and shit. And then you gotta hit him.
And Wardenhelm is like, no, give her, kill her. And
Do I
you
have the power?
to kill her. Oh yeah. Fucking stop her heart.
Just fucking in the middle of the
God's damned heart, kill the bitch.
not like right in the middle of the explanation. Just
Yes,
stop
think about it.
Yeah, so Kirsten just kind of grabs your chest. You feel your heart just stop in your inside. She kind of falls to the ground and it dies. And you are now in the cell.
Well,
Let me add merciful justice to your shit here, Theodore. As I fuck.
we could always wait for a guard to come by. I could pick me up, I suppose.
You always have Theodore pick you up.
So the stick stole us from our place and tried to have us killed.
I don't actually think that Guidance had anything to do with us being brought here. Really, it was just
It was a very odd
bad luck.
coincidence.
But she did somehow know how to ask me to destroy you.
Well, yes, that would be that son of a bitch. And frankly, I'm glad the cunt's dead.
Any reason we should keep the stick?
Can I take a moment to explain myself?
Oh, sure. Explain yourself. Pick him up.
Yeah, if I've still got my sword, I'm going to kind of vaguely bat him into the cage with me.
Yeah, okay. You said kind of grab it.
She was going to keep me locked in a bag for God knows long, unless she told me your whereabouts. And I kind of said that she could find out how to kill you if she asked you.
Wait. Aren't you the stick the king had?
He is.
There are lots of sticks.
The one that died under mysterious circumstances?
He is. Lying, thieving, backbiting, stupid fucking stick. I am so unhappy.
What do you think? Snap this one?
Oh, snapping is not worth.
I would leave
Something.
so many splinters in your hand.
You'd never be able to snap.
I mean, I thought you could never get rid of you, but apparently that's wrong.
There are ways to destroy us all.
Good to know. How do we blow up Dick?
Do I know how to blow up the stick?
Probably not. Yeah, you're not entirely sure how you can destroy each other unless you've told each other, which is not usually what someone will do.
No.
The way I die is throwing me outside of this cage.
Yeah.
Don't
No.
throw me into the briar patch.
Yeah, no. First things first. This thing's locked, right?
Yes.
And she would not have had keys on her because why would she?
Look, okay. Hold on. Can I give him powers?
No, because he's already being wielded.
Okay. Well, while we're
For
stuck
a
here,
penny, in for a pound, they say.
we can discuss something. The Church of Dara is getting very big, and I hear you're making lots of waves over in Astar.
I am doing jack shit besides killing witches.
That's not what I hear.
For a stick, how do you hear anything?
Touché. I still hear it, though. I hear that you've been raising the dead. A lot of them.
Wait.
Hey, Michael, if I give him
I can only
creation,
I can only stop hearts if I can see them, right?
it doesn't say that.
Whose heart do you want to stop?
It says you stop someone's heart. This power can be used a number of times equal to the control you have over the Vatcha per day. Someone with stopped heart does. It doesn't say anything about seeing it. That's a Michael call.
Yeah, I would say to prevent it from being stupidly abused. Like
The world's
you have to
greatest
see them.
assassin. If I give him true creation, he could make a key that works in the cage, right? Create something.
Oh my god, no.
It says you create
This is
something
the one that-
small and real.
Oh, I thought that was the one that killed me.
No.
No, it won't kill you. Wink. Did you just?
If I give him true
Say
creation, he can make a key that works in the cage, right?
Yes.
All right. Make a key. You can
What?
create things now, small things. You can make things that are small and real. Concentrate on making a key that will open this cage.
I'm going to concentrate hard and then make a cup of wine.
You just throw all of the abilities out there, don't you?
You know, some of us don't have as many options as you can. Now that you have your beverage, Theodore, why don't you take my recommendation and make a key before they come and try and see how many ways they'll kill you and fail, obviously, unless they happen to have another Vatcha around.
Fine. I'm gonna like pick up the stick and like slot it into part of my belt because this thing's coming with me, so I can throw it in the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to
bag.
make a
He
key.
doesn't like it. I would put it in the bag.
I'm going to put him in the bag.
Oh, great.
And you deserve it, you fucker.
We still need to discuss what's going on with Darwinism.
It's beautiful.
Very-
People are doing wonderful things.
Yes. I would like a favor from you.
From me.
Well, you want to see Darwinism grow, don't you?
Obviously, you don't.
Everything I've been doing has seeing Darwinism grow.
Including giving madman powers to the she-witch who was going to kill us?
She had me in a fucking bag.
Oh, you're in a bag now.
That's very true. Look,
Keep him in the bag.
how much do you think Darwinism would grow if you were to resurrect whatever the name of the high priestess was?
Kirsten's, or the one who died in
The one who died with King Goneril.
I'm just imagining that I'm trying to find my way out of this goddamn castle right now. Just kind of slowly wandering around, making more wine as I go. This is the best power ever.
A leader of Darwinism resurrected. Do you understand how much worship would happen?
That sounds like so much work.
Andrew's lazy.
Yeah, indeed.
I'm not lazy. I do my job just fine.
What if I gave you the power to kill all of the witches at once? And then afterwards, all you would have to do is rest.
That sounds like
only if you look at the pleasures of the afterlife, eternal wine and
I think I'm the asshole.
as a punishment.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
You don't want to kill all the witches in the world?
Hey, they've
no,
completed their destiny. He doesn't need anything else. He can rest now.
According to you, I did my shit.
He's filled his quota.
I got my big stupid destiny witch killed.
What are you going to do now, then?
Sooner or later, he'll die.
Not if he's holding you.
I shouldn't have stopped that thing.
You made him invulnerable. He's got a Vatcha, so he either doesn't age or ages very slowly.
Fuck. All right, so just talking to guidance, not he can't hear half of what we're saying, right?
Yeah, correct.
All right. All right, guidance. I'm going to tell
What
him
do you
this.
want to do, Helmet?
I'm
out of ideas for now.
I'm thinking, isn't your cup empty?
Yeah, but we're still in a giant enemy.
Have you cut that wizard's head off yet?
Yeah, let's go do that.
I think that's upstairs. No. All right, guidance. Now that I've occupied Tweedledee,
Yes.
you will have to play along. He will have to think that I know how to destroy you.
Okay. I
You will
don't
have
like
to-
where this is going.
You'll have to argue with me. We will have to take you someplace out of the way, someplace unpleasant to be, where you can be left so that someone can find you appropriately, and then I will try and send somebody your way.
Hey, I'm going to use my locate person power.
To locate who?
The magic hobo I got this helmet from.
Oh, yeah, Demetrius. Yeah, you're gonna say. Demetrius is in.
Magic hobo.
Let's try this. Demetrius is in. Edoherad. Or Edoherad.
Any reason you're going to look for? This is completely meta. Any reason you're going to look for Demetrius?
See, the way I figure, right?
Uh-huh.
I paid him money, and he gave me the helmet. And obviously, your dumbass wasn't causing any trouble before that. So if I give him the stupid talking stick, then he'll give me money, and I won't have to deal with it.
Oh, God.
No, wait, this can work for you guys. I mean, Demetrius was no... But he was also no Theodore.
It's either that or I use it to try to locate the nearest person nearer to a volcano, and then just work backwards on where the nearest volcano is.
He really doesn't like to do work, does he?
I'm surprised he's willing to go to Edopa Red. Seems like a bit of a hike for him.
Look, if you really want to get rid of me, there's something a lot closer called Mondra, and the capital's there.
You don't say, says Wardenhelm out loud. I've got you now. He told him where not to go. There is a place called the Widow in Mondra. He can be destroyed. Do no more good. All we have to do is cast him from the Widow into the ocean, and he will perish. That is the way he is destroyed. Go to the Widow. Do it.
Why would you trust anything the stick says?
I don't.
I have shit. Then why would you take this at face value?
We had a Vatcha fight.
A Vatcha fight.
And I won.
Look,
it's like a West Side Story fight with less dancing.
look, what was your name again?
My name is Theodore, and I have no fucking clue where that wizard went. Where the fuck did you go?
Look, Theodore, how much would it take for you to throw the helmet into the ocean and ignore everything he's just said?
You fucking bastard. Don't try and talk him out of this. You know that I know how you can be destroyed, and you know that you're just trying to talk your way out of it.
Look. He's a stupid fucking helmet, okay?
And you're a stupid fucking stick.
Yeah, I'm a stick who can get you a lot of things. Look, creation, life, and all that crap, that's all well and yes. I can make people do things, whatever you like. You could order people to give you free wine forever.
Theodore snaps his fingers and makes a cup of wine.
Yeah, that's a shit one there, Guidance. You should try a little harder.
Point hell.
Hey, why don't you threaten to stab him next?
Would you like to be able to kill all the witches in the planet and not die doing it?
Look, at this point, I just need to see them, and then their hearts stop.
He's got a point.
Yeah, but traveling around is very tiresome.
It's the journey, not the destination.
You said he was fucking lazy.
He is lazy. You're lazy, aren't you, Theodore?
Was that?
You're lazy, aren't you? You're a layabout and a drunkard, and if it's too much work, you really don't want to do it. But I've been a godsend to you, even though I call you lazy and a layabout and a drunkard. And all you have to do to keep this pain in the ass kind of power from coming to one more person is go to the Widow on Mondra and cast that fucking stick into the ocean.
That sounds too easy.
Think going to Mondra and climbing the Widow is going to be easy?
No, but shit, yours had
the Widow's like a large statue. It would be. It's not. There's ceremonies performed on it all the time.
Yeah. I guess the thing is, yours has 4 steps, man. That's a lot.
I'm one of the harder ones to destroy.
And yet this one hasn't been blown up yet.
Well,
I don't give my powers about all willy-nilly. Except for that one time where I just gave her teleportation.
And that one time before where he gave fucking Goneril teleportation.
That was really useful, though.
I'm going to let them argue while I try to make a small gold coin.
That's real gold, you know.
I now have infinite wine and money.
This is true.
Shit, I don't need either of you now. No, I'll keep the helmet. I like you. Stick, though.
What have I done to disappoint you?
Just be glad he's in the bag. You wouldn't want to know where that stick's been.
Well, apparently you killed a shit ton of people, overthrew a government, and then had some part in my ass being in this castle. That's like 3 strikes already.
You jumped through a portal. I have no idea what happened there.
You heard the words he said as soon as you came through the portal. Behold, I give you Wardenhelm. You think he didn't have something to do with it?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna find my way back to the wizard, see if the portal's still there, so I can chop it.
Yeah, I would say you know when you went up there when the portal closed behind you as you came through.
Lovely. I'm just gonna finish chopping up this wizard.
Okay. We'll say you make your way up. Jump up his head. Oh. And you're now in her room.
Any idea what country we're in?
We are in Wien.
You're in Safran? Over on the East Coast?
We're literally halfway across the world from where you were.
Because we were in Astar, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're... Where'd you say we were?
Whedon.
You're right here.
The pink on the left.
Wonderful. Okay. I gotta make my way out of the castle, and I'll make a bag and then start filling it with coins I'm making, because I've got to get a boat back to Astor.
Can I make a suggestion?
Sure.
Why don't you make a small bag filled with coins?
Why don't I just make a bag full of small bags filled with coins?
This is going to get very complicated very quickly.
Is that small enough?
That's what I'm arguing. Is like I'm not trying to make a bag full of
small,
coins.
like something you can hold in your hands. You could create a small bag. So I think there is a specific.
There's a definition somewhere of small.
Yeah, there is. Actually, I think I put it onto the.
Why stop at gold? Why not make diamonds?
Because what idiot at a dock accepts diamonds?
I got the rules actually put the specifics on those.
There's a man on Earth who wouldn't accept diamonds.
Keywords and conditions.
Clearly, you ain't been to Astar.
I don't think small is particularly on there, but I'll say like something that can be held in your hands still counts as small. Yes, sword. Because wait, what is under creation? What are the other ones as it goes up? True creation, small and real.
Greater creation is just something large and real.
Yeah, so I think
right.
I think high creation is like you could make buildings and stuff. Small creation, things you can hold. Like you could make a sword, or you could make something along those lines.
Okay, I'll just make some more money, and
nope. Small. It's page 51. Small means something is smaller than you. He can make anything his size or anything smaller than he is.
Nice. Okay.
Second kind is large. It's something larger than you.
Keep it.
The official definition, page 51.
Okay.
So I can make like a really small horse. Can you make living things?
You can make a horse out of gold.
I think it says something is. Let me just double check. Something. I know something is also specifically one. It's a non-living item.
Okay then.
Gold horse.
Oh yeah, it's right there. Yeah, the first is small, means something smaller than you. The second kind is large. Something is not smaller than you.
Okay, I'm going to make my way out of wherever the hell I am and head towards wherever the nearest boats are.
Okay.
Why do you need to go back to Astar?
Because that's where the witches are. And that's what my job is.
All the witches?
The ones the guild cares about.
Do you only kill witches because the guild tells you to?
You kill the witches that the guild tells you to. You kill the witches that you stumble across. Whichever you need.
I find witches and I kill them. It's what I do. It's who I is.
I sees a witch, I kills a witch.
That's right.
It's not that difficult.
I took an oath. Kills all witches you sees.
Especially if there's bad witches. Just. Plus, I'm pretty sure there's like a bunch of people who got sacrificed in that stupid tower that probably don't want to be dead.
Mm.
They're... mm, Am I to assume that I'm going to be thrown overboard on one of the boats during the journey?
Nah, wood floats. Honestly, see, you got
What
me.
if you made a solid gold box to put the wood in, and then dropped it overboard? But a solid gold box that was covered with wood, so that no one would know that it was gold. But then you just
I mean, at that point, why not just make an iron crucible full of lava?
why don't you make an iron crucible full of lava? Not on the boat, please, because that would probably melt and sink us all.
Good point.
I've had
Let's do
better
that, and I'll
ideas.
poke the stick with it. See if it.
You really could just, I don't know, drop me right here.
Nah, that's no fun. Where's the magic hobo?
He is in Edoharad.
Edoharad.
Which
A very long way away from Astar.
yeah.
You could mail me.
Yeah, no.
Damn, I've always wanted to have a mailman as a host.
Yeah. I'm sending
Yeah.
Normal to was it Abu Dhabi. Where would Normal be sent to?
Yes.
Timbuktu is where they like to send people cartoons.
Yeah.
Okay. So I've got two Vatcha, both of which are highly annoying, one of which is useful. And
It was Abu Dhabi.
I have a feeling, yeah. Let's try to chart a course back to Aster.
I love the sand.
Okay, so on your way back to Aster, how are you? Like, do you charter a ship?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm going to pay with my large amount of gold coins.
Okay. So you pay with gold coins. How are you keeping guidance?
I'd imagine like guidance is physically strapped to my belt like my sword is,
Mm-hmm.
It's
but like
sheathed.
even closer. Like he's not getting out of my sight without a fight.
Okay. Okay. Yes, you got to keep it on you the entire time.
Yep.
The sailors in the ship are not quite sure what to make your. You have two different.
Holy relics of
Yeah,
Dara.
Yeah, at least symbols. I'm going to say no, they're holy relics, but you got two different symbols of Dara on you at all times. It's just a little weird. Yeah, we'll say you make your way back. I will say during this point, are you guidance trying to put some sort of a little bit of compulsion to bring for someone to try to get you out of Theodore's hands?
It would depend who I see.
It's the sailors mostly.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I'm okay just being taken to Astar for now.
Okay, it takes you some time. That's a fairly long trip. I'm guessing probably like Europe to America. Back in the olden days, there is, however, a stop off in Spire. You get there to give the men get a couple days on shore before they continue. One nice thing about Spire is it's actually, since it's sort of in between a bunch of countries, it ends up being a good stopping point for ships and such to come in. Spire has a lot of good news. They get news from around the world relatively quickly, and have a lot of shops and goods that come through that area.
Oh, look, the home of the gods.
Tansy. Well, I would say Ventime. So at one point, I mean, actually, all three of you would notice this. You suddenly, at one point, coming closer to Spire, you feel like the presence of two Vatcha coming, and then both of you also feel presence of another Vatcha somewhere in Spire as you're getting closer to it.
Oh, goody, let's make it a 3. Did we both just say, oh, goody?
Yes.
God, things are going to get very complicated.
It's just pulling up, the captain comes and says, "We're spending 2 days on Spire to refill supplies, sell some things that we brought, give you a little bit of time to stretch your legs on land before we get back to sea. We should be in Astera within about 3 weeks."
Okay. Hey, Stick.
Hmm?
How do you feel about gods?
Well, I am technically the symbol of one of them. They genuinely don't like me, though. Why do you ask?
No reason.
He's
I'm
going
going
to
to
leave me there.
I'm going to start making my way towards the big-ass spire.
Okay. I would say, for Tansy, I don't know if Ventide mentions anything about the other ones arriving, or if the three of you try to figure out who is the one on Spire, or who are the ones who are showing up.
Is there someone out here on Spire?
So funny. There's a ham radio for all the Vatcha. We have someone out there by the truck stop with Loud Lizard. Yeah, that's me. Is Steve that you? Okay, we'll go to private frequency now. Yeah. So does someone ask kind of to all the Vatcha? If someone's on Spire.
Let's play a guessing game.
Sure, I'll ask. I'll ask around.
Okay.
I have pretty good relationships with several Vatcha. I'll ask if any of them know.
Okay. You can also send, I would say also, I'd like the idea that you can kind of send something, speak to all the Vatcha at once, and they'll know who is speaking. You sort of have like both a permanent frequency that you can always sort of get onto, as well as private ones. So you start to ask around, or do you go to the whole group?
I'll just the ones that I know that I have a really good working relationship with, because there are a few.
Which, as I recall, is Ventide not one of those?
Ventide is not one of those.
Yeah, you can kind of ask around. I don't want to make a roll for that. I don't think Vatcha probably tend to be particularly open about specifically where they are, unless there's a specific reason for it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, as you sort of ask around, the ones you know, none of them are on Spire.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I'll let guidance know. I don't know who it is.
Let's play a guessing game. I bet it will be. Oh, that Scimitar was generally liked islands, didn't he?
Do you ask a scimitar, Vatcha?
Yeah, I'm just naming
Yeah.
random items.
You talked to several, and none of them are on Spire. No, brother, and I'm not sure who might be there.
Okay.
Well, we just wait and see.
Okay, so Ventide, how do you when you feel two approaching? It's very, very unusual for two Vatcha to be traveling together. It's not unknown, but it's certainly rare.
Yeah, I'm essentially telling Tansy that things may get very complicated very shortly.
Why is that?
Okay, so basically every other Vatcha is a giant frigging wild card in what they want to do and who kills who and da 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 da. And two of them just rode up in the same ship.
Right. Is that because you're here?
Probably not. We can only see each other in kind of short range, and I ain't exactly advertising that I'm here.
Ever since that storm came about, things have just gotten more and more complicated. Look, are they here to do us harm?
Unknown. I have a feeling that if they had any serious measurements to just kill people on this island, we probably would have been feeling that by now.
Is there anything you can do to help make sure that doesn't happen?
I mean, they can't kill the island if there's no island.
Are you suggesting destroy the entire island? Is this your honest recommendation? I second the motion.
I'm just giving you some options here. That's just one of them.
I just want you to know, if we destroyed,
just go.
if we destroyed the God Spire, they couldn't be here anymore. This is all I'm saying. Just a thought.
Okay, we'll put that into the maybe category.
Essentially, if it happened, it would trap the gods who are here until they could find a way to go through or create something new.
Is there anything other than the genocide of everyone on Spire?
I mean, one-on-one stuff, sure, but that's kind of case by case. I have to see what happens when everybody comes together.
Oh, good. Well, that ship coming in is probably our ticket out of here. We just have to avoid being seen.
Essentially.
I can hide you.
Mm-hmm.
Then let's do that.
Okay. So, I guess Tansy, what are you doing since you felt something's here, but you're not sure where as of yet, or at least Ventide isn't. What is it?
It's getting closer, right?
We'll say that they've just sort of arrived at this point. I mean, he says eventually wants to sort of check out the spire itself, but this will probably be as the ships approach. It's coming closer to the island. It's not quite here yet. It's one of the ships making its way in.
Tansy is packing to leave the island. So she'd be expecting a ship, which we all assume is what the Vatcha are on right now.
Well, there's ships that come through from all over. Probably a good amount of ships will come, hit Spire to resupply, and then make their way across, also to give letters, news, and other stuff to be sent out, because Spire is in a nice place for that. So I would say there's probably a lot of ships that come in and out of Spire.
Actually, if they're not if they're friendly, I can ask them what to do about you.
Are you talking to Ventai there?
Yeah.
Okay.
The closer we get to the water, be stronger at the whole thing. Like I said, it really depends on who's here.
Do you, Vatcha, not know one another?
Only if we call out, and trust me, nobody wants to give that info.
Well, what do you suggest?
What do I suggest? You want to get off this island, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then I suggest that we either lay low until this ship passes, and they either move on to wherever the hell they're going, or we find a ship that's going out today to wherever the hell it is, and we head for the nearest large city. Particularly one that I haven't been in yet.
Where have you been so far?
Manda, Whedon, Verana. Your Fades is nice this time of year.
I've never been. Is there a ship going to Fade today?
We'll
Or do we want the three Vatcha thing to happen?
I will say this. I'm going to roll a d12, and we're going to essentially divide that by 3 to see how many days it'll take. It's sort of like noon, night, like morning, afternoon, or night when it's leaving. 7, so 1, 2, 3, 4. On the morning, 2 days later in the morning, there's one leaving for Fade.
Well,
It's essentially just arrived, and the men are having a bit of time. It's usually traditional to take about 2 days or so for give them a chance to stretch their legs or do some stuff.
Well, I assume we're about to have company.
We just lay low. We can protect us from a lot of things, and if there's 2 of them, they're either working together towards one goal, which probably doesn't include us, or somebody's effed up and gotten captured.
Okay, so Theodore, you
Just
can head to the spire.
guidance. No, shut up.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're heading towards the spider.
Spire of the Gods is there's a lot of worshippers will come. It's not unusual for the sailors to come and leave a token. A token there, like the doors themselves have symbols of different gods. Like the gods of sea and storm are often given leavings and blessings. There is a new door had appeared at this point, going on 31 years ago. That was Dara's door, with the helmet as the symbol that's on it.
Etch a staff on there for me, would you?
Yeah, no. We're going for that door, though.
Okay. Okay, so you kind of go to the door. It's one that there are some blessings. There's some things that have been left there. When you kind of look down, the stuff that's left is a good deal of it is from people from a star. Like you can tell some of the trinkets and other stuff from the sailors there. Also, quite a few from like Mandra and Saren in those areas, as well as where the church has taken the biggest hold. And you, like down the halls from you, there are other people like bowing before other doors and like putting a hand up and then on it and then praying, because it's said that here you are closer to the gods here than you are anywhere else on Earth.
So these are like the doors the gods use to come in and out of heaven or what have you, or are these just replicas or like shrines?
It is said that they are the doors that the gods taken out of heaven, but you've never heard of anyone who said they've ever seen one actually come through here.
I would have expected the doors to be bigger.
Of course you would.
They're a little bigger than someone 8 feet tall could go through. But I mean, they're a little bigger, but they're not gigantic.
I'm gonna think really hard about Dara and the fact that I have this helmet, and I'm going to knock.
As you touch it, the door slowly opens. There's light hitting you, and you're looking out onto you feel both the Warden helm and guidance essentially like blaze to life. You don't feel it. Like they both start to glow. And this is very strange for both of you. Like it won't work this moment. And it makes some sense because you are the earthly presence of the actual symbol of the god. Your presence here allows the door to open. As it opens up, there is a field that is kind of rolling down a meadow, and you see a city in the distance.
Wow, fuck me, this is new.
I'm gonna down another cup of instantly created wine and walk through because today has already been weird enough.
Okay.
Let's just keep going.
How about this? Why don't we call it for here now? Because I definitely did not think you might find a way into the heavens, because I definitely had not even thought of what the God Spire actually was. But I love the idea that you actually go through and you get to pass into the realm of the gods.
What is Theodore thinking right now?
I don't know, but I hope he gets him killed.
Like, his plan was essentially, guidance doesn't like God, so I'm just going to find the shrine of the god that's most likely to hate Vatcha and just leave him there.
Dara's realm.
And then I'm just like, I might as well check out the Dara door while I'm here.
Yeah, because the nature of this game means it's pretty impossible for me to plan too much.
Right.
But I kind of want to have some time to think on what it would be like if you went into the realm of the gods.
I got you.
And I think that's fucking awesome.
Oh my god.
So we've had, this is 5 sessions. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 player wielders die. I think all but one of them
exactly 1 session.
all but one of them was like due to another wielder doing something.
Oh my god, I love it.
Yeah, I think I said about 10 years have passed since. Yep. So, year 40, session 5. Oh my god, that's crazy.
I really like the idea that when we emerge from the thing, it's been like decades.
Yeah.
Like time moves faster for the Earth while we're in the God realm.
That is definitely an idea to keep in mind.
And it's a way for us all to end up with new wielders if, say, everybody dies or has to stay in heaven, but the Vatcha can't.
What if Theodore becomes like a minor god because he's going into the realm of the gods?
If you look at it from a cosmology perspective, nobody recognized it. But from a cosmology perspective, tower, kill a wizard, disappeared, and if he shows up, he'll come back from heaven.
Right.
He'd be like the snarkiest, laziest god.
He'd be the first god of wine.
Why is the H in there? No, it's supposed to be.
But here's the other thing, is that it would also mean that everyone who has wielded Warden Helm since the beginning of this game will have ended up becoming a god.
Yeah, there's only 2 of them far.
Oh my god, got a snuck.
Oh, holy shit. That's incredible. Cool. That's something to keep in mind.
That's fucked up. There's going to be a fatwa declared by the gods against Wardenhelm.
You already have like a war against the Vatcha happening at one point.
And then Wardenhelm's going to have fucking start beefing up everybody who wields him just so that he has a chance. And they're going to make more gods.
I guess the question is, what happens if I just leave guided in heaven with the gods?
I think they'd chuck me out, right?
Yeah, most likely.
Because he's not destroyed, he's just permanently out of play unless somebody else breaks into heaven.
The question is...
Dara would wield me, it's fine.
Yeah.
Right. The question is, once we've gone through the door, is the door there anymore?
You will find out.
I mean, unless Dara is just walking the earth randomly, then she should be here to open the door again.
Please let me be wielded by God.
Please let me be wielded by someone who's not a drunk.
Please let there be better wine in heaven.
Surprise, it's hell. No!
Oh my God.
I can still make alcohol. This isn't hell.
Okay.
There's another question. Do the Vatcha's powers work in heaven?
You are pretty fucking powerful. I would say they would.
Well, that's something you need to think about. And do our powers, I don't know, are they weaker? Are they stronger? Do they change? Are they random? What the fuck happens?
You will have to find out.
And it feel be self-contained.
All right. Well, I'm going to go grab something to eat.
Cool.
Thank you, guys.
Gentlemen, that was fantastic.
No worries.
Have a great one.
I've completed my destiny and entered heaven. I am the worst Viking pope.
I'm like Hercules, except they don't want me here.
Oh my God.
Have a great evening.
All right, see you
Good night,
guys.
guys.